welcome back to 365 Days of SEO. This is Christian Bullock. Today we're talking about a how-to SEO topic, and that is how to categorize your keywords. So let's say that you're just doing an SEO audit for a website, and you've done all the technical stuff, and you started doing some keyword research, and you have a nice big list of keywords that you found using Google's Keyword Planner, smashing that up with a little bit of Google Suggest, and maybe going over to Uber Suggest and pulling out of all those queries, and maybe even doing some Google Trends data looking and seeing if you can pull any keywords from in there as well. So you have a whole bunch of keywords. Now what? What I like to do is I like to look through that list and categorize them, and then within those categories start sub-theming them. So I really kind of look at, when it comes to categorization, three sort of intent stages when it comes to every single keyword that I look at, and they fall within all three. They fall within each one of the three buckets. So the first one is informational. So really, if you look at the keyword, you can kind of predict that the user is very early on in the buying cycle, right? They're just looking for information. Usually, these keywords are keywords that include the words what is, how to, define, definition, as well as the very general keywords that are really only one or two words long. Those also fall into the informational category for me. The next one is what I call trigger primed, and that basically means folks are getting a little bit deeper into the buying cycle, right? They've done some research, they're starting to understand, the topic at hand, and they're now doing a 3 to 4 word search query and using words such as buy, compare, difference, all those type of modifiers that suggest that that they're done with the educational process of understanding what they need or what they want. Now they're evaluating vendors. They're looking at solutions, and that's why it's trigger primed. Because if you can capture a search query and capture a ranking for a keyword in a trigger primed stage, and have a very strong call to action and a very strong landing page for that organic search visitor, you're gonna most likely convert them. So those are trigger primed keywords in the trigger primed category. And the last one is branded. You just can't not look at branded keywords. Obviously, this is where people already know your brand, but it's important from an SEO perspective in that you want to make sure that if someone's searching for something on your brand that's branded, they arrive at the correct location on the page. So when someone searches for a specific feature or specific product or solution of your brand, the first result is that page, and it's not just like your home page, because that can actually signal some problems to search engines if it's not an actual product page. So those are the three main categories that I like to sift through and categorize for every single keyword. And really, I do this manually. This isn't something that I do in sort of an automatic fashion. I don't use a tool for this. I find it's really important at one point of time, once you do produce that big keyword list, for you to actually go through it with your own eyes and just categorize everything one by one by one. You start really learning the background of your list, all the keywords in your list, really understanding the landscape of what you're trying to create here. Once I categorize every keyword into each one of three of those buckets, informational, trigger primed, or branded, then I actually break those out even more into sub-themes, and we'll have a video about that later. But that's basically looking at what type of modifiers are people using, what kind of themes are people using when it comes to specific categories of keywords. So that's how I categorize keywords. My name is Christian Bullock, 365daysofseo.com. See you guys tomorrow.